The new battlefield is not a continent, but a consciousness. The weapons are not bombs, but bites. And the target is not a capital, but a consensus. As an observer, I've watched nations rise and fall. But this new conflict, hybrid warfare, is waged in the shadows of our own minds, leveraging our deepest fears and amplifying our divisions until a society, once cohesive, begins to fragment. Aris Thorne had traded the rigid corridors of government intelligence for the stark clarity of independent analysis. He understood algorithms not just as code, but as reflections of intent. And what he was seeing now was an intent far more sinister than simple political debate. A synchronized drumbeat of discord rising in perfect, unsettling harmony. Ilara Vance, a journalist of integrity, felt the tremors in the ground long before the earthquake. She saw the escalating polarization not as organic disagreement, but as an engineered phenomenon. Yet the old guard, accustomed to tangible threats, often dismissed the digital whisper. Martha was one of the many, a genuine voice of reason in her online community. She became a target, her empathy weaponized, her attempts at bridge building twisted into perceived weakness. This was the first layer of the psychological operation: isolate, demonize, and silence the voices of moderation. These accounts, they hit Martha's post like a swarm, all similar language, same rhetorical patterns, a coordinated botnet likely, or highly organized troll farms. They hit any narrative that promotes cohesion. They amplify any voice that fuels division. It's not about winning an argument, it's about ensuring there is no common ground left for arguments to even begin. He saw the code. She saw the human cost. Together, they began to piece together the chilling reality. The deeper layers of the operation were revealed not just in social media feeds, but in classified government channels. Commander Chen knew the enemy wasn't just a nation-state. It was an adaptive, intelligent entity operating in the digital ether. The deepfake targeting the senator wasn't mere disinformation. It was an act of digital assassination designed to create a leadership vacuum, to foster utter public cynicism.
They're not just lying, they're fabricating reality. And they're getting better. Too good.
The sophistication was breathtaking. What appeared to be organic chaos was, in fact, a carefully orchestrated symphony of digital attacks. Every piece of misinformation, every manufactured rumor, was designed to exploit specific societal weaknesses to provoke predictable emotional responses. This was the art of psychological operations at its most advanced, not just changing minds, but altering the very emotional landscape of a nation. The orchestrated chaos spilled into the physical world. A nation, once united by a shared identity, now saw itself reflected in 1,000 broken mirrors. This was the raw, brutal fallout of hybrid warfare, a populace weaponized against itself.
It's everywhere. They've poisoned the well of trust. People don't know what's real anymore.
That's the point, Ilara. The propaganda isn't about conversion, it's about saturation. Create so much noise, so much distrust, that no one can agree on anything. The consensus dissolves, the society becomes ungovernable.
The evidence was irrefutable. A sophisticated, adaptive threat leveraging every vulnerability. Political divisions, social anxieties, the very trust people placed in their own perceptions. The enemy wasn't just in the system. They were the system, subtly, systematically, dismantling it from within. This is a ghost in the machine. No direct declaration of war, just a slow, deliberate suffocation of democracy. And the worst part? Most people will believe it's their own anger, their own conclusions. How do you fight an enemy that makes you fight yourselves? The immediate crisis might be averted, a single battle won. But the war for the collective consciousness, for the very essence of national identity, continues. There would be no parades, no surrender. Just a constant vigilance against the silent, insidious enemy that preys on the vulnerabilities of an open society. What's next? We learn, we adapt, we teach, we remember what it felt like to trust. We show the truth no matter how quiet it feels, and in the quiet resolve of those who choose to see, who choose to resist the fragmentation, lies the only hope. For the integrity of a nation, like the integrity of a mind, depends on its ability to discern what is real and what is merely an echo.